Richard Ramirez, he would break into homes, and a lot of times he would steal things, and he would leave pentagrams, and sometimes he would leave pentagrams on the victims' bodies. And he oftentimes would make them pray to Satan. He was really evil. And he once said in an interview that he didn't feel that he was 100% evil, but that he said he knew that he was evil. And a lot of the victims would say that the ones that made it would say that his eyes were dark, a like a demon, they would describe it. He, a lot of times, he would kill the man, and sometimes he would leave the women alive. Sometimes he would choose who lived and who died. But there was a couple of times he would let them live. One case was a 16-year-old, and he said that the reason he let her live was because Jesus told him to, well, because he felt like Jesus was interfering, so he stopped and he left, which Jesus didn't want him to hurt any of them. So it was cases like that where he would let them live, and he sometimes would even go through their fridge and eat their food after he had killed them. He left a shoe print, and because of that, he decided to get rid of his shoes when he realized that they knew what shoes he was wearing. He got caught, though, because of the car he was driving. They found his handprint, so they knew that it was the car that had been used, because there were witnesses that seen him, and they could describe the car that he was driving. When he got caught, he didn't know it at first, that they knew who he was. And then when he went into a store, people knew who he was, so they started beating him up. And the officers came. And the sad thing is, he would make his victims pray to Satan. And when the cops got there, he told them, he said, thank God you came. So, when he was arrested, after everything, he got the death penalty. And there's a story of him actually meeting Sean Penn. Well, he wrote a letter to Sean Penn, and Sean Penn wrote him back, but not the nicest letter. In 2013, Richard Ramirez would die. It was because of his liver, and it is said that he turned green. Like it said that he turned bright green. He also had got married, but they ended up divorcing. And they had made a pact that when the time come for him to be executed, that she would hurt herself, but obviously because they divorced, she didn't. And there was, when he had went to trial, one of the ones that was on his team ended up passing away. And they thought that he had something to do with her dying, and it ended up being her boyfriend as to how she died. Richard Ramirez will always be a case of, it's just sad because you always wonder what would have been had he had a better family life. It's like, what could have been, and could have things have been changed? Well, that is the story of Richard Ramirez. Thank you guys for watching, and God bless.